Thinking about the way that you know me. No one ever cared like.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. For those that don't know me, my name is Nairi and I'm so glad that you're here. As I've mentioned in a lot of my previous videos, I am a wedding and elopement photographer and I share a lot of my work on Instagram and TikTok, so if you don't already, make sure you go follow me there. The reason that I'm making this video today is because one of the most common questions that I do get about my work is how I get couples so comfortable in front of the lens. This uncomfortability and anxiety that comes along with being in front of the camera is one of the most common things that I deal with. And it even still happens to me. But as photographers, we really want to make sure that we are guiding our subjects, that we are guiding our clients to make sure that they do feel comfortable in front of the lens. Because if you are feeling stiff or nervous or uncomfortable, it is going to show in the photos, and that is the last thing that we want. So today I'm going to go over a few of my favorite prompts that I give to my couples that invite them into a space of joy and happiness and openness and general comfortability when it comes to being in front of the camera. Now, before I get into it, I just want to emphasize my focus on providing prompts rather than providing poses. Now, don't get me wrong, I definitely help guide and pose my clients on our shoot because we do want the photos to be flattering. However, more important than that is making sure that we bring our clients into a headspace where they're not worrying about the camera. By using prompts, whether it be questions or games, we basically create a space for our clients where they can relax and they can have fun and they can connect with their partner in a way that will make the photos that much more meaningful than any particular pose will ever do. So with all of that being said, let's get right into it. The first prompt that I like to use on my sessions is the color game. This is a really fun game to play with your couple right at the beginning of the session to help them loosen up a little bit and for you to learn more about your couple. The way that this game works is that I provide the couple with a category and they need to try to think of the same word. So for example, I always like to start nice and easy and I ask them to think of the same color. However, they can't say anything, they can't give each other any hints, they can't point, anything like that is a no-go. They just have to test their love connection and see how in sync they are. After I've given them a couple of seconds to decide, I then count them down and ask them to just yell out the same word, hopefully. The great thing about this game is that it is so versatile, the possibilities are endless, and I can almost guarantee you that your couples will laugh or have some kind of very candid and fun reaction no matter what their answer is. It's funny if they get it right and it's funny if they don't. Some other categories that I like to use are sports, countries, takeout foods, and body part. Of any of those, I assure you body part will always make people crack up. This prompt is one of my favorites and I pretty much always start my sessions out with this just because it's so easygoing, it always makes people laugh, and I get to learn a little bit more about my couple right off the bat. This next prompt is once again really fun, versatile, and it really helps you learn a lot about your couples. This little game is called Who Is. This game is very self-explanatory, but I basically ask the couple who is questions, and then they have to blurt out whoever comes to mind first. Once again, you can literally take this game in so many directions, but some of the first ones that always come to my mind to ask are who is messier, who is clumsier, who takes longer to get ready, who's the better driver, etc., etc. You get the point. What I love most about these questions is that not only do I get to learn so much about my couple so quickly, I can completely cater this to my couple. Generally, I will have a pretty good idea of how they are, whether they're more outgoing or a little bit more reserved. And so having such a versatile game will allow you to connect with literally anybody. One thing that I want to mention to you that I always mention to my couples is that we want to use our voices rather than our hands. Generally, when I ask these questions, the natural instinct is to point, but we want to prevent our couples from doing that because it doesn't look that good in photos. So I always just like to say, just yell it out, use your voice, let me know like that instead of using your hands. The next prompt is one of my absolute favorites, and it is the tipsy walk. I generally like to use this prompt once we've passed the icebreaker stage. At this point, my couples are a lot more comfortable in front of the camera and a little bit more easygoing. And so then I like to throw in the tipsy walk. Once again, it's very self-explanatory, but I basically pose my couples in different ways and then ask them to walk towards me, pretending that they're a little bit buzzed. The great thing about a prompt like this that encourages movement is that the photos generally turn out a lot more candid and effortless. Besides the first two prompts, most of my prompts are all about movement because I value it so much. When you have people in front of your camera standing still, a lot of the times they're not gonna know where to put their hands or their arms or their legs for that matter. With movement, we get rid of that. Some of my favorite photos that I've taken of couples have been of them during the tipsy walk because they're happy, they're laughing at each other, they're connecting, they're close, they're leaning on each other, and it's not stiff or forced or anything like that. Another thing that I like to mention is just the fact that this does allude to drinking alcohol, and this may be a really sensitive topic for some people. Something that I do like to ask is whether or not they do drink or if it is something they're comfortable with. By asking those questions, you generally get a really good idea of where people stand. So if I can tell that this is a little bit more of a sensitive topic, instead of making it the tipsy walk with booze, I say it's a magic potion instead. It's a little bit silly and a little bit childish, but it basically just makes a point of me as their photographer providing a safe space rather than just throwing them into a situation that may be a little bit more uncomfortable or sensitive. You want to be considerate of the people that are in front of you, and with something as serious as this could be for some people, you just never know. The whole objective of this is making sure that people are comfortable with you. So the last thing that you would want to do is force them into something that is just a little bit meh. So always keep that in mind and just make sure that you're being considerate of the people in front of your camera. The next prompt is one of my favorites, and it is the sneak attack. Now, I don't do this prompt as often, and it's not always successful, but when it is pure gold. Once again, very self-explanatory, but I basically have one partner sneak attack the other partner from the back. Partner who is getting sneak attacked, I usually just have standing facing towards me, and I tell them, we're gonna play a game. I just want you to wait here and not do anything. It's a little sus, but it works every time. Then I go and take partner B a little bit away, and I tell them, hey, when I say go, you are gonna book your little booty over there, and you are gonna grab partner A and swing them around, toss them, twirl them, and act like you haven't seen them in 45 years. Okay, I'm usually not that dramatic, but you get the gist of it. That is basically what we do. And then if it works out, it looks a little bit like this. Again, as with every prompt, you just want to make sure that you're catering this to your couples. If you are aware that there are certain injuries, sensitivities, or insecurities, then maybe take it easy on this one. But generally, it is just a really fun prompt that everybody enjoys. And when it does turn out, the photos are wicked. Now, my last prompt for today is one of my favorites, and it got 3 million views on TikTok. It is the grocery list. This prompt is one of my favorites because it always, and I mean literally always, will make your couple laugh, sometimes even cry from laughing so hard. What I do is I generally have the couple posing back to front like this, like a little hug. I will make sure that partner A has their ear exposed so that partner B, who is the huggy, can whisper in their ear, okay? We want them to be able to, oh, my jaw. I've been doing gua sha, and it's doing its thing, I think. Anyway, we want partner A to have their jawline and ear and general area here exposed, so that partner B, who is the huggy, can wrap their head around here and have easy access to their ear for whispering purposes. Now, once you have them set up, you want them intertwined, all cozy, touching up on each other, not touching up each other, touching each other. And you are going to ask partner B, who's the huggy, whispering into the ear, to think of three grocery items to whisper into partner A's ear. However, plot twist, you are going to ask partner B, the huggy, to whisper their grocery items in their sexiest voice possible. That's right, you heard it here first. Seriously though, this prompt is like pure gold, and you are welcome. It doesn't have to be a grocery list. This is just something that I go with because it's really easy to think of, especially when we are asking people to do something a little bit weird, a little bit fun, a little bit uncomfortable. You want them to be able to think of something very easily. But you could do this with grocery items, animals, wow. Anyway, you get the point. I just go with grocery items, and I should probably stick with it. Either way, you can do this with a whole track of things, clearly. This is always one that just leaves people giggly and happy, and the photos turn out unreal. Well, that is it. The list of these prompts goes on and on and on and on, and I will definitely make more videos like this. They're endless. But for now, I hope this gives you a little bit of a taste of what sessions with me look like, what prompts I use, and how I get my couples to open up with me and have fun with me. But I'ma stop blabbing. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Do all the things, and I will see you guys in the next video.
'Cause you got